Hey guys, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. It looks like I'm already lagging. What the hell? Let me know if this is lagging for you guys, because for me, it's like I'm in like freeze stop mode over here. But welcome. This is gonna be the live reading for Cancer's birthday. I realize we're now in Leo season in Tropic, Western astrology, but this is just when I naturally came to be able to do these readings. But anyway, yeah, please let me know if this is lagging for you. I can see there are people in the chat, and there's no chat like populating, and I look like I'm like freeze stop, freeze stop, freeze stop. So I'm gonna wait for y'all to tell me if it's lagging or not. It is? Ah! That's annoying. That's very annoying. Uh, Thank you, Anita. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Is it lagging for anyone else? Is it starting to mellow out? Oh, man. I see you, but yeah, it's laggy. It's laggy. Boo-boo. All right, it's lagging a bit, but I came in mid-sentence. I hear you perfectly. Thank you. Hello from Denmark. Hi. No lag for me. Maybe it's mellowing out. Maybe it's mellowing out is a hard word for me. Getting there a little bit. Yeah, a little lagging, a little laggy. I hear you though. I'm debating, should I just like start this live over? Okay, I'm gonna sit on this for a second. But hi, you guys have probably been wondering where I've been. It's not too bad. Okay, you can hear me. Yeah, the audio is fine. Yeah, I guess the audio is all that matters. Just a little bummed is all. So you guys have probably realized that I haven't posted really like all week except for the weekly that I did on Monday. You look gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Celebrated my 55th birthday. Oh, happy solar return. Can hear you. The audio is okay. It's so funny. Everyone's commenting on how good the audio is. Love the earrings. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been away taking care of some unfinished business actually, which has been really good. It's been really good. I feel really good. I hope Cancers, you guys have had an amazing solar return. I also hope that you really enjoyed your new moon as well. It was a really interesting new moon, I think, for everybody. I've been having a rough day, so I'm glad I caught you. Just got on. Thank you for sharing time and energy with us. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you in advance for doing this reading. Went to Catalina Island. Hi, Catalina. I miss Catalina. So excited to hang out during this live. You're glowing. Oh, thank you. All right, so we're just gonna do it. I'm not gonna restart the live. On my end, it looks like it is getting a little better, so we'll see how it progresses. Hold on, we got a Clydester. You can start over if the same just continues like this. Yeah, we'll see. If it gets really bad, well, I don't want to do like part 1 and part 2. Oh, watching between squats. I love it. 333. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do it. I think we're just gonna go. Do it. So cancers. I was getting a few things immediately. I mean, we'll see if any of this even pertains to any of the spreads. If you're new here, welcome. I do these readings at the end of every solar return for each sign. So we just finished out Cancer in Western astrology. Is he leaving the plants alone? Oh gosh, I didn't even check them when I got back. No, I guess he did actually. He did leave them alone. Interesting. Thank you for asking me. Of course, he's already up here again. So anybody who's new, welcome. The way that this works, I usually do these birthday readings at the end of the solar return. They're not individual, private. I do them for the collective of Cancer. Oh, Leicester. I do them for the collective of Cancer. So if you resonate with Cancer, or if, oh, he trolled on me, or if you have a lot of Cancer in your chart or stellium, or you're dealing with Cancer, or you just felt called to watch these, by all means, welcome. Also, because we are ending Cancer season, that's something collectively we've experienced. So I feel like there's always something to get from these birthday readings when I do them. So just something to keep in mind, okay? Now these are he's active right now. These are general and they are timeless, so please take the messages as they resonate. Obviously, they might not all be for you, and I do multiple spreads, and so sometimes they correlate, or sometimes you can resonate with all of them on some level. But anyway, so that's my little spiel. Now, Cancers, some things that I was getting for you right away. I thought it was actually really interesting. I heard moon dance. And I was like, oh, it's like, that feels good. I like the feeling of that. There's something about owning that moon energy. That could be owning like the feminine aspect of yourself. That could be owning like the parts of yourselves that maybe you don't sit in very much. You don't dwell in it too much, which is why it's kind of more so in this like nighttime sort of energy. But I liked that a lot. It felt like celebration to me. It felt like celebration of self, celebration of femininity, celebration of emotions. Like it just felt very good and celebratory and accepting and just, yeah, just felt very good. There was another group of you where I was getting this very like red kind of color coming in. When they show me colors, just so you guys know how I work, when they show me colors, I'm usually picking up on an auric field, right? Or some sort of symbology there. But to me, that felt very much associated with the root chakra, also associated with like passion and fire and like this rising, this building of energy. So that's definitely going on for some of you too, and that could obviously coincide with this whole moon dance message. But yeah, celebrating the cycles that just came through with the moon dance message. Celebrating the cycles, celebrating the cycles of life, the cycles of our bodies, the cycles of all things. Um, hmm, that death is something to be celebrated. Okay, so we got some more messages coming in here. Death is something to be celebrated. That's something I've already believed, but I know it's not like a common belief, but this is something I'm just needing to relate to you. Taking a different perspective on endings, on death, when we go through changes, right? It's like I think a lot of like old programming is really rooted in like to fight change, to fight those things. But there's a beauty in it too, because if you can shift your perspective to that bad thing, right? That ending, that death, bleh, right? If you take that perspective and you go, wait a minute, there's good in this too, right? Like imagine if like everything that was supposed to die didn't. Right? Like imagine a world where like all things that go through death cycle just are perpetuating in that death state and they're just there. Like bodies, plants, like we'd literally be buried. We'd literally be stuck and we'd be buried, right? It's death is a very positive thing. So taking on that perspective, when death comes, when endings come, when changes come, again, this whole like moon dance energy, celebrate that because it is actually a liberation of what was, right? That is death. It's a liberation of what was. Even if you looked at it as something that was positive for you, the thing that's ending, or if you looked at it as negative, it'd be very, very liberating, right? Yeah. Anyway, a lot coming in with that moon dance message. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. I also got some new cards. I'm not ready to use them with you guys yet. I'm still getting to know them. But I'm so excited to eventually use them with you. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull some cards. I'm being drawn to the Mudras deck, so we're gonna go ahead and use that. All the decks that I use are linked below, just so y'all know. Am I still lagging? I'm just curious. Am I still lagging? Let's see. Any messages or insights for Cancers? Not really. Notice now. Yes, I am. Damn. Okay. Oh well. Also, I would really appreciate anybody doing timestamps. I'd really, 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 really appreciate it. You don't have to, but if you did, I'd be very grateful. A little bit, but I thought it was me. I'm not getting any lagging. Okay, so it's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better. Clyde, I need you to like be still. I say that and he gets like right in the center of the table. Hold on. Oh. Any messages or insights for my Cancers? Any messages or insights for my Cancers? Let's see, am I taking this one? Yeah. All right, so we have breath. Breath. Ooh. Just flew out of my hand. I don't know if I can pronounce. Okay, so I'm not really good at pronouncing these mudras, but I'm gonna try my best. Brahmara, Brahmara, I believe is how you'd say that. Ease boundaries immunity. Relieves allergies and nasal congestion, assists immune systems, opens and directs breath to the head and sinuses. Bring the tip of the index fingers to touch the base of the thumbs. Touch the tip of the thumb to the top of the middle finger. Allow all other fingers to extend outward. Rest the backs of the hands on the tops of the thighs, palms facing up. I sense and open to perfect balance and breath. I sense and open to perfect balance and breath. I sense and open to perfect balance and breath. Two words were coming up as I was reading this. Harmony and surrender. There's a really beautiful, blissful sort of peace coming in with this mudra card. And I feel like this is really a recommendation for you, Cancer. But I keep getting that moon dance energy with it too, where there's acceptance, there's surrender, there's peace. There's a nice, really like inner harmony that's happening too that I'm getting for you, Cancer. Some of you guys might have just started to move into this. Some of you may be in this already. Some of you might feel like this is really far away from you and that maybe you are like clearing or still working on closing out some things in order to actually reach this place of inner harmony. But that's what I feel like this is coming to. A period of time, a state of inner peace and inner harmony. Feeling very balanced in that. Hold on, I gotta move Clyde. Hold on, give me a second. Oh God, I love you, but no. Sorry, Cancers. Anyway, coming back here. I like this energy a lot. I like it a lot. It also feels very like meditative to me and very quiet, very zen. Doesn't mean that you have to be in a quiet state. It's more like your internal world is quiet. Thank you. That's what it is. Your internal world is quiet or is getting more quiet. You're finding a really nice balance with your emotions as well, not letting your emotions cause this like internal sea or internal storm, and you're not letting your mind be too active. Some of you guys have been really battling your thoughts is also what I'm getting, like negative self-talk or just intrusive thinking or an overactive mind. I feel like you're finding a nice calm and coming down from that too. So yeah, Cancers, I like it. That feels really good. All right, let's go ahead and pull some other cards here. I'm going to use the Priestess of Light Oracle. Let's go ahead and get into that. He's an adorable big kitty. He is. He absolutely is. And he knows it. He knows it. Get a little sip of coffee. Hold on a second. Oh, yum. Cancers. Yeah, it's like I feel like your inner waters are like they're not stale, right? They're not like perfectly still. They're just like they're peaceful. They're peaceful. And again, if you're not there, it's like you're learning to find that, or you're calming down internally. This is about your internal world. Insights for my Cancers. Cat hair. Any other messages or insights for my Cancers? Some of you are feeling more open. Hold on, this is coming through too. Some of you guys are feeling more psychically open. God. Yeah, some of you guys are feeling more psychically open, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. My goodness. It doesn't feel overwhelming. Again, it's like this very nice, like inner harmony, inner peace, a calm, a nice calm. I feel like you're working with this psychic awareness, this psychic openness, receptivity, thank you is the word they just gave me. This receptivity in a slow way. And I think that's because you're trying to maintain this, because you're maintaining the calm, right? So it's almost like you're aware of this awareness, you're aware of this psychic receptivity you've been getting more sensitive in that way. And you're just like slowly taking things in. It's like, it feels very slow. Like slow breaths. It's like you're taking psychic information in slowly. Some of you guys are getting drawn to the Fae. The Fae is coming up. Some of you guys already are very much acquainted with the Fae. Ooh, we like sensuality. Energy of 38, which breaks down to 11, feminine wisdom and passion. The 3s are really sticking out to me, the 3 and the 30, and then obviously the 3 and the 38. Total moon energy here too, but obviously you get that like fire, sacrally energy because we do have the tiger here. But speaking to that like moon and moon dance energy, right? It's like that femininity of the moon. The energy of the moon is also very romantic and is also sensual. We don't always talk about the sensuality of the moon because it's like a gentility. It's like a gentle sensuality. It's not as potent as like fire or the sacral or the tiger. It's gentle. There's a lot of energy with you, Cancer, that's like gentle, peaceful, balance, slow. I like it though. I like it. I like it. This feels like there is some sort of freedom that you're having within yourself as you are finding this gentle calm and as you're celebrating your own moon energy. I keep wanting to say your own moon. So however that resonates for you, I think you guys will understand how that resonates for you personally, because that's just how it's coming through for the collective. How you are, yeah, embracing your own moon energy. There's something else there. Hold on a second. There's something else there. What is this? There's also there's a lot of self-love going on here, Cancer. I like it. I like it a lot. There's also this appreciation of self that I was picking up on, like a little bit of feeling yourself. Like, again, not in a in-your-face way, not in a, like, step out of my way, I'm feeling myself. Like, it's not like that. It's just like, oh, I feel good today. Oh, you know what? I'm cute today. You know, it's like, it's very subtle. It's very gentle, almost modest. Like there's a lot of humility behind this energy that I'm feeling. But yeah, Cancer, this is a good look on you. Like, it kind of reminds me of the Strength card. You know, in the Strength card in tarot, it's like she's got her hands on like the lion's face, and it's like odd. It's like almost looks like the lion's in agony. It's like that, but gentle, right? Where she doesn't even need to have her hands on that tiger. The tiger is just like cuddled up with her. It's like if the Strength card would represent the Empress cuddled up with the lion versus like trying to physically tame it. And maybe that's what it is too, Cancer. Maybe you've gone from this mode, this energy of grasping your lion, your inner lion, your inner animal, your inner nature, your raw nature, your primal nature. And instead of like grappling with it or having this very tense relationship with it, or maybe you've been struggling to have control over yourself in a way, you've achieved control by just being, right? You've achieved control by just embracing and accepting and just letting that be. Nice. Now again, some of you are well into this energy, some of you guys are not quite there yet. You'll know who you are. I know everybody likes this card. Twin Flames card. Not everybody likes this card, but some people really love this card. Twin Flames, 16 breaking down to a 7. We got the tiger showing up in both. The tiger is really standing out as a synchronicity. Soul partner, eternal connection. This is definitely about you with you, okay? This is about who you are with yourself. This is about who you are with your own nature. This is about your moon energy. The cycles of you, the aspects of you. This is between you and you. Now, could there be other people a part of this whole journey for you? Of course. I mean, yes, we are alone in this journey, but we're never alone at the same time. It's the whole like grand paradox of things, right? But yeah, I feel, Cancers, this is way more about you coming to terms with your nature, your true nature, and all that entails, right? Whether you want to see parts of yourself as really positive or negative or shadowy or light, it really doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter what you label these different aspects of yourself. They're just you. They're just you. But this is coming to a whole deeper level of self-love and acceptance with yourself and your true nature. It's really powerful. Again, it's like so gentle at the same time. And I say it's powerful because it's like, how do I want to say this? Nobody can take this from you. I guess that's what I want to say. Nobody can take this from you. This is why this is so powerful, right? It's like no matter what someone does, says, what happens in the world around you, nobody can take this kind of acceptance that you're having with yourself, which on a soul level makes you kind of invincible. On a soul level. We're all in the physical bodies. Our bodies are very fragile. But on a soul level, yeah, I keep getting it almost has this like level of invincibility, but that's because it's the strength and surrender, right? Beautiful. Anything else for my Cancers? I even feel like a lot of sexual energy, but again, it's gentle. It's like all of these really powerful aspects of self, these powerful emotions, energies that we can experience, right? Whether it's purely our water, our emotions, or our fire and our sexuality. All of that is there for you, Cancer. It's just gentle. It's just gentle. This feels like a self-mastery through self-love. That's what this feels like, a self-mastery through self-love. Might be seeing 11 a lot or 22 a lot. Oh, nice. As I say that, we get 20 with the 2. Innovation, new creation. Yeah, Cancer, finding this place of self, this place of self-mastery, this place of inner harmony by self-acceptance, self-love, all these things, not fighting your nature, but owning your nature. It's allowing you to step into new territory is actually what I'm hearing with new creation. You may feel like a new person as well. This stuff has a little bit of like rebirth energy to it, but I feel like you're stepping into new territory, new realms is also what I'm hearing. New realms, new territory. Maybe you're getting into different hobbies, different activities. Maybe you're actually getting into very new environments. But we did just have the new moon in Cancer in your sign, so also not surprised that this new energy is coming through. But yeah, Cancer, this is yummy. This is yummy. This is delicious. Let's get some other cards on here. Since the tiger is showing up so much, let's use the Sacred Cat Tarot over here before we get into the next. Oh my God, words. Before we get into the second spread. This energy of birth that I was speaking on is like, I feel like it's building actually as I'm talking about it, this energy of birth. You could have planted some seeds with this new moon, and you'll probably be birthing something in 6-9 months, potentially, of your own making, of yourself, of your own creation. That goes in, oh my God, words. That goes in line with whatever seeds you planted for yourself intention-wise during this Cancer new moon that we just experienced, okay? You could be actively creating something right now. Yeah, it's like this is where the water meets the fire. I feel like I talked about this at some point in the last couple weeks. The tempering of water and fire. This feels really familiar. I know I channeled this at some point for one of the signs or the weeklies or a video that I did some in the last couple weeks. Yeah, where the water meets the fire. Where the water meets the fire. It's like fire and water are very polarizing energies, right? When we think about it, just in our physical reality, it's like they kind of put each other out. But we have to be able to balance all these elements within ourselves. And so, yeah, I feel like that's part of the finding this inner calm for you is balancing your water and your fire, tempering them. Instead of having them fight each other, tempering them. It's almost like you're coming out like a tiger. Like you're birthing your own inner tiger energy. It's cool. It's cool. I like it. It's nice for you. Any other messages or insights for my Cancers? They're bringing up the breath card again. Breath work. You guys could really benefit from breath work, but it's about the rhythm is what I'm getting. Oh, I moved the camera. Oops. It's about the rhythm. the rhythm of breath. Being like, the rhythm of breath is very meditative, right? It's the ebb, it's the flow, it's the in, it's the out. Everything breathes, everything has a breath. Energy itself is breath and life itself. There's something about that. Becoming more connected to your breath will help to deepen this inner calm, help you to like cement it so you can how do I want to say it? How do I want to say this? Easily sustain it, I guess is the best way to say that. Easily sustain it. Yeah, interesting. Anyway. Ooh. 10 of Fire just came out. Inspiration under pressure. I like that explanation of the 10 of Wands, actually. I never think of it like that. And, you know, this is a cat oracle, so we're going to get a lot more cats and tigers and things of that nature. The 10s usually imply endings. We were kind of getting that message earlier with Moon Dance, or a lot of work or burden. I feel like you have had the energy of stress, of a lot of work, or maybe feeling burdened. How do I want to say this? Fatigued. Definitely fatigued. I think a lot of you have experienced that. You're coming out of that. You're coming out of that because you're finding this balance with your own nature, with your own needs, your own cycles, your fire, your water. Do you need sleep? Do you need rest? Do you need food? Do you need to work out? Do you need this? Do you need that? Versus the fire part, which is the do, right? It's like that balance of work and self-care, the balance, even, you know, kind of thinking back to the new moon, right? The balance of Cancer, Capricorn, right? Where it's that 4th house to the 10th house. The 10th house is where we do a lot. We show up in the world, and the world sees us and our missions and our long-term plans, our long-term ambitions and goals, the doing, versus Cancer, the 4th house, which is where we rest and recover, right? Because you're really finding a nice balance there, you're feeling more rejuvenated, you're feeling more alive, you're feeling like things don't have to be as hard, or things don't have to be as difficult. Some of you guys are definitely letting go of some things, though. I am getting that. Allowing some things to die that need to die, and even if they've already died, actually letting go of them so they can actually like leave your field. That's definitely happening there as well. Some of you guys are getting ready to, ooh, what is this? What is this? What is this? I just heard jump. With the new territory. When you jump into this energy, into whatever the new territory is for you, Cancer, I feel like you're going to be very busy. I do. I feel like you're going to be very busy. I think you're going to be very active, but you're going to be able to handle it fine because you have attained this lesson of balance. Hold on, let me put that on Do Not Disturb. Sorry, guys. Wait, what the heck? What the heck? Okay, I don't know what my phone is doing. It's like, it like won't. Oh, I don't know what it's doing. Anyway, sorry. Coming back. Yeah, when you get in this new, it's restarting. That's interesting. It's restarting by itself. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're talking about stepping in this new energy. My phone is freaking out and trying to restart, reset. Anyway, so coming back here. Yeah, I feel like when you step into the new territory, you're gonna be very busy. You're gonna be very, very busy, but you're gonna be able to handle it fine because you've cemented this balance. You're cementing this balance. You're learning this lesson of balance. Love the energy of this read. Oh, thank you. Anything else for my Cancers? Let's see. Talk about balance. Nice. We have 6 of Earth. 6 of Pentacles coming out here. God, I love these cards. Every picture on these cards are just like, always makes me happy. Sharing, generosity, and plenty coming on the Twin Flames card. Again, this is about the relationship between you and you. How you give to you, how you receive between you and you. And it's really nice, Cancer, because I feel like you are taking care of yourself. Hold on a second. You're keeping your cup full. You're keeping your batteries charged. So you can also give outside of yourself too. That's also what I'm getting. Like, some of you guys have probably been very I feel like this came up in the weekly or a reading recently. Like compassion fatigue, empathy fatigue, emotional fatigue. I mean, you definitely have some fatigue energy that you're coming out of. But because you're learning to, again, balance your fire and water, take care of yourself, balance between you and yourself, you'll be able to actually give more to others outside of yourself because you're taking care of yourself, essentially. Receptivity. They're coming back to the receptivity. Cancer, some of you guys might have had a hard time receiving, even if it was just from yourself. Even if it was just from yourself, like giving yourself a break or giving yourself permission to do something outside of whatever was creating this kind of burdensome, stressful energy, right? That's kind of interesting. Yeah, you're learning to receive even from yourself. You're definitely receiving from spirit. I'm getting that. I keep getting this like psychic awareness really strongly, whether that's in the form of downloads or opportunities or just this energy of love, this energy of feeling good, this energy of peace. You're definitely receiving from spirit as well. But Cancer, it's like you're getting prepped to be in a really good position to just receive and to give in a way that you couldn't before because you were fighting your nature so much. All right. You were fighting your needs. Yeah, you were fighting yourself. You were fighting yourself. I gotta stop for a second. Some of you might have felt like you were fighting other people. Some of you might have felt like you were even fighting spirit at one point. But you were really just fighting yourself. Anything else for my Cancers? Can I get one more card for my Cancers? Can I get a card for... Wah! Card vomit. Hold on. The deck really wants to talk. Can I get one for innovation, please, for Cancer? I want one. I don't want 8. Can I just get one, please? See, there's so much energy in this card. There is so much energy in the new territory. Every time I ask for one card, it literally gives me like 6 or 8 cards. Can I get just one, please? Thank you. Letting go, yes. We have the 4 of Earth in reverse. I like this. I like this. The 4 of Earth in reverse sometimes can imply like a huge outpouring of money, like a loss of money or needing to spend a lot of money. Sometimes it speaks to powerlessness, but I don't feel any of that stuff. I feel like it's way more about letting go and surrendering. Because the 4 of Earth speaks to holding on to resources, holding on to your own sense of stability, right? Trying to maintain. But this is a state of surrender for you, of self, and acceptance of self, and inner harmony of self, right? To me, this just feels like a huge breath out. Thank you. Yeah, it's like the 10 of fire is like you've taken in a huge breath and you're holding it. That's what the 10 of fire feels like. And so your body's reacting, you're kind of like stressed out. Your body's like, oh my God, just let it go, just let it go, just let it go. Just relax. To only relax once you enter this new territory. It's kind of interesting. So again, breath is really powerful for you, whoever's resonating with this spread. But yeah, Cancer, beautiful energy. Don't really have much else to say about it. It's a new relationship with self. So kudos. Congrats. Let's go ahead and get into another spread. Let me take a little sip of coffee first. Hold on, let me look at my phone. What? Hold on. It just had a weird screen on it. All right, whatever. The second I can put it on Do Not Disturb, I will, I promise. So I'm keeping an eye on it. Anyway, so we're gonna do a second spread. God, I'm tempted to use one of my new decks, but I know I'm not well enough acquainted with them yet. I mean, I could always read them intuitively. I mean, I read cards intuitively anyway, but it's just because I'm excited. But no, I can feel it. It's not quite time. It's not quite time for that. I'm guessing the lagging is a message of slow down because the energy is still moving. It's a B-Day read. I'm a big kid now. Yesterday, my phone did not behave. Yeah, I mean, technology, right? Let's see if it'll let me do it now. I just don't want to be disturbed during the reading. All right, there we go. Let me do disturbed. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and get another spread out here. Yeah, we're going to do the Astro Oracle. Hold on a second. Oh, I could pick it up. Okay, there we go. I got cards everywhere. But this is the deck I'm going to use for anybody who doesn't know that deck in particular. I love the illustrations. The art on these cards are just amazing. Okay. Actually, I'll move these cards up too. Let's move that. Any other messages for my Cancers? Any other messages or insights for my Cancers at this time? Anything else I need to know or be aware of? If I have any patrons watching, I'm going to be doing the weekly later today. So the weekly should post today on Patreon, and then, of course, on YouTube it'll post Monday. Ooh, that was fast. Moon. I love my job. Moon with perception. Anybody who's just tuning in now, if you didn't watch the first spread, I had a little channeling about moon and moon dance and the importance of cycles and accepting all of that and accepting your own nature. Your shifting nature is actually what I just heard, your shifting nature. So this is obviously connecting to the first spread as well, but 19 with the cyclical energy. So here we have the moon. It says perception, and I'm getting perspective. I am getting perspective. You're never going to be the same person. Interesting. And this is an interesting message. You're never going to be the same person. Day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. That is an illusion. The illusion that you are who you have always been is an illusion. And sometimes there's a need to embrace new aspects of self. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Cancers. It's time to embrace something new about yourself, something that you haven't embraced before, or something about you that has actually evolved. Am I taking these? No. Okay. I would also check your progress charts to see where your moon is right now. That just popped up. So just mentioning that. I use Astro.com for all of that stuff. There's a lot of dwelling on the past. Hold on a second. This is why I need to come back to the moon energy. You got, okay, oh, a lot of messages came through. There's a lot that you feel like has been hidden from you. Some of you have been feeling this itch. This itch you can't scratch, this inner knowing that there's something that you're not aware of, or there's something that isn't clear, there's something unknown, and it's it's been nagging at you, like a piece of information or something, and you're like, what is that? What is that? It's that's definitely for my empaths, my sensitives, my psychics, my mystics. You feel like Spirit's been hiding something from you. It's just you. Spirit is so funny. It's just you. It's not anything epic. It's not, well, I mean, you're pretty epic. We're all pretty epic. It's just what I'm trying to get at is it's not some big bad dark secret. It's not some big bad climactic doom, right? It's just yourself. It's just yourself. This is becoming really clear to you. I would really work closely with the moon at this time. It just seems to be such a huge, important message for you on how important the moon is at this time for yourself and what the moon actually represents, the nature of the moon and the nature of your own moon energy, right? But yeah, I can feel it. It's almost so maybe you guys have had some questions about a situation or your life or what you've been up to, what you've been doing, or maybe, even in your relationships, or maybe you're I don't know if I could trust that person or whatever. It could even translate to something like that. Like you've just been really unclear about a situation or relationship. But the truth of it is, it's not a big, bad secret. It's just you. You're the secret. You're the secret. You're the secret. It's an aspect of self that's been hiding behind the moon. It's just you. And then we have ascendant. Wow. Entrance, 35, breaking down to an 8. For anybody who is not familiar with these astrology terms, the ascendant is basically your rising sign. It's the horizon point at the time of which you were born, right? It is basically a representation of self. So what's been hiding behind the moon? You. You. Love my job. I would also be mindful too about the moon cycles as well. Like, pay attention to when the moon is actually transiting over your ascendant. I would also pay very close attention to that. That might be a really good time to dive into self or dive into this feeling that you've been having of the unknown. It might have even been coming with anxiety. But it's just you. The answer you've been waiting for, the opportunity you've been waiting for, the information you've been waiting to be revealed, it's just you. You've been waiting for you. It's like you've been, nice, beautiful. Trine, sextile, symbiosis, 52, breaking down to a 7. You've just been waiting for yourself. If you've been waiting on a relationship, a job, or a shift of some, it's just yourself. It's like you've been waiting for yourself to show up to the party. It's like you've been waiting for yourself to show up and be like, we're ready now. Like that's kind of how it feels to me, Cancers. Anyway, trine, sextile, symbiosis. For anybody who doesn't know astrology terms, trine and sextile are aspects. They're supportive aspects. That's why it's coming through as symbiosis. Trine is an amplifier of positive energy. Sextile creates opportunities. This just feels like being supported. This feels like being supported and opening doors, like a forward energy, a moving forward energy. Once you understand what the moon is for you and what's been behind the moon, which again is you. It's you. If you feel like that's too cryptic, you might not be ready for the message. You might not be ready for yourself. And that's okay too. Everyone's in their own journey, right? Anything else for my Cancers? Ooh, and get all the cards out here first. Oh, I got chills. Oh, I got chills. Look at this. Dignified and Aries. A lot of you know the nodes have now shifted for Western astrology into Aries and Libra, North Node being in Aries. Aries is the I, Aries is the self. In this deck, it's explained as act, it's action, which is also very much Aries. It's that Mars energy, right? Cancer, I feel like this is all about just meeting yourself. Meeting yourself, rising to the occasion, stepping into the role of yourself. Like that's honestly what this feels like to me. And it probably started happening when, not started happening, but there's something about when the nodes switched over, which did happen on New Moon Cancer. And I realized I haven't even uploaded that reading to Vimeo yet. I wanted to when I was out of town, but I couldn't get into my account for some crazy reason. So I was like, all right, I'm just not meant to upload it yet. So I'll probably upload it today to Vimeo. If any of you don't want to watch it on Patreon, it's more cost effective to watch on Patreon, just saying. But anyway, coming back, it doesn't matter. The nodes switching into Aries and Libra on the new moon in Cancer, I think for my Cancers, very, very significant because Aries is the self and you were having a new moon in yourself as well in Cancer. And that's what this seems to be for me, for you. Seems to be to me, for you. Yeah, it's coming into yourself. But that Aries energy, it does feel like there's a lot of actual action that wants to happen, movement that wants to happen. I keep getting this energy of waiting with you. Like you've been waiting and you've been waiting and you've been waiting and you've been waiting and you've been waiting. And you've really just been waiting on yourself to be ready, or you've really just been waiting on yourself to show up, to actually go and do some things. Whether that's pursue a dream, a project, a kind of relationship, an adventure, life itself. You've just been waiting on you. Overall, we have solar flares with activate. Oh, this just really jumped out at me with Saturn structure. Yeah, it's like you've just been waiting on you to show up to rise to the occasion. That's totally what this feels like to me. And Saturn doesn't mess around. So again, if you're not like super privy to astrology, Saturn for me is, I call it the master maker. Saturn puts pressure on us, asks us to focus, to be disciplined, to be unrelenting in our efforts, in our goals, in our ambitions, so we grow and we master, whether it's mastery of self, right, Cancer? And maybe some of you guys have been doing a lot of this work already, of this like work with the self. And if that's the case, you're coming to the end of that cycle because you're mastering the self, right? But Saturn is here to also say that now that you're like coming into this energy, it's almost like you're diving into the next chapter. And when you dive in, it's going to require a lot of you, but not in a way that's exhausting. Because I feel like a lot of you have been really exhausted. It's not exhausting. It feels exciting. It feels exhilarating. Yeah, it feels exciting. It feels exhilarating. It also feels very clear. I'm getting like clear head. It feels very clear up here as well, or maybe it wasn't before, or maybe you weren't very clear on yourself, or maybe you weren't very clear on your path before, but now you are. Yeah, Cancers, that's awesome. Okay, all right, let's pull some tarot. Let's pull some tarot. Ooh, should we use the animals? Should we use the animals? I'm gonna say yes. That feels like a yes. Oh, for those who are new, what I mean by the animals is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Linked below. I just call it the animals. First of all, it's a long title for a deck. The Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. That's too many words. Too many words. One more. Okay. Wow. Guess who shut up again? Tiger. We have tiger, crocodile, and swan. Yeah, this is totally related to the first spread. Tiger coming out here, I mean, it's tiger. It's the symbol of spiritual awakening. It's the symbol of passion and sexuality, sensuality, ferocity, divine feminine power, but more in like the fiery side of feminine power. And then we have crocodile and swan. So yeah, it's like this taming is happening. Crocodile usually speaks of coming down off of an intense time or an intense energy. And then swan speaks to coming to the self. It speaks of this feeling of wholeness within the self. Also speaks to partnership as well outside of yourself, but it's partnership between you and you, especially in the context of this reading. 111 likes, by the way. And by the way, if you're in the chat and you haven't liked the video and you are liking it, please like the video. Anyway, so yeah, Cancer. You've come alive to yourself. That's what this feels like. You come alive to yourself. Some of you might experience it as a Kundalini awakening or just a plain old awakening. Some of you might experience it as a rebirth, a liberation, but yeah, it's coming back to yourself. It's coming to this wholeness of self and this relationship between you and you. Powerful stuff. Let's see if any other animals want to come out. This is like a super clear, oh my God, yes. The hawk. We love the hawk. In this deck, the hawk speaks to being spiritually guided, following your intuition, but also allowing spirit to lead you in certain directions. And I'm hearing new directions. Cancer, you know this. That's what they're telling me. You know this. Like deep down, you know, it's time for a new path. Whether that's new friends, new locations, new hobbies, new jobs, you've known this. Whatever this new path is, it's required you to get really good with you. It's required you to show up. Again, you've been waiting for something. You've really just been waiting for you. And now that you're here, now that you've arrived, it's like, it's time. It's time. Spirit's not messing around on this, Cancer. I can feel that. Spirit's not messing around on this. It might be like a, how do I want to say it? It might be like a slow crawl to a run, is kind of how that feels too, a little bit. Like when you hit this energy, right? When the doors are open, you know you've arrived and you're ready and you're going to go, whatever the go is, right? It might be slow at first. Like literally taking time with yourself, being gentle with yourself, like kind of treating yourself like a baby, right? Like getting your sea legs in this new energy, this new sense of self, and then you're going to run. It's like you're going to go from crawling to running. That's kind of how it's coming through. If they really want me to reiterate this, it's not going to be exhausting. If this is really resonating with you and you haven't hit this swan energy yet, you haven't hit this unified sense of self yet, when you do, you're going to know what I mean when I say it's not going to be exhausting. It's not going to be burdensome. It's not going to be a struggle. This isn't going to be hard. It's not going to be hard. I feel like I need to say this a lot so it really like hits you in the head. This is going to be easy. This is going to flow. This is going to be smooth sailing. Now, while it may ask a lot of you and you might do a lot, doesn't mean it's going to be a struggle. Doing a lot does not equate to struggle, right? It's going to be easy. It's going to be easy. It's going to be easy. Spirit's telling me like some of you are not hearing that, or you're not like you're trying to hear it, but you can't hear it. It's like that why I'm having you repeat it a lot. Because if you haven't hit this energy yet, you've been in the 10 of Wands, which says shit's been hard. Shit's been tiring, right? I mean, look at that. Look at that face. All right, that's a tired cat. That's a tired, irritated, what the fuck cat. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Why the fuck am I on top of this mountain? Like, you know, it's like, why am I here? It's an irritated, tired energy. But that's what I'm saying. When you hit this unified sense of self, and you step into this new energy, this new territory, it's going to be easy. It's not gonna be this. You don't have to do this anymore. It's going to be easy. Thinking it's not, sorry, they bring it back to the moon, actually. So some of you guys might also be a little stuck here because you've been in the 10 of Wands, you've been here. Interesting, whether you want to admit it or not. Some of y'all don't want to admit that you've been here internally. It feels internal, but it also feels very physical. And so some of you guys are kind of wanting, like, how do I want to say this? Like a secret answer, or like some sort of big aha. But it's not a big aha, it's just yourself, right? It's interesting because you're really caught up on the notion that things are hard. You're really caught up on the notion of difficult, of struggle, of give a lot, sacrifice a lot, or stress. But that's not where you're going. Anyway. Ooh, we got wolf. Pack, tribe, community is represented by the wolf. So some of you guys, this could be leading you to new people, leading you to a sense of community, a sense of home. It definitely is leading you to people. You're definitely being led to people. You're being led to people, but you're also being led to help, is what I'm getting. That 6 of Pentacles energy is like, excuse me, coming up there. You're being guided to help, whether that's to help others or let people help you, or even let people help you help others. You're going to do it by being yourself. Yeah, and then overall we have Bear coming out of a tough period. Coming out of a period of recovery, coming out of a period of work or self-work, but coming back out into the light, coming out of hermit mode. Wow. With hummingbird and then golden egg Look at that. Golden egg represents the heart chakra. And I just love the hummingbird is here because hummingbird to me sometimes almost represents like the sun card a little bit. It's like this burst of energy. It's this burst of light. You're coming out in this new sense of self in the heart space. You're coming out ready to receive. You're coming out ready for different community, tribe, or even more relationships. And it's going to be easy, is what I keep hearing. It's going to be easy. Once you show up, it's going to be easy. Interesting. All right. So hold on. I got to check the time because I got something going on later today. Give me a second. Wait. Can't do math right now. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right. We're going to do a final spread, but we're going to keep it really tiny. We're just going to pull a couple cards. And, you know, think of it like a closing message, if you will. Okay, Google Play, I'm coming out. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I keep getting pulled back to my newer decks. You know what? Okay, so we'll do that. All right, so let's clear the board. So this one is not listed below yet. I might pull another deck with this one, but we're going to use this. Egyptian Gods Oracle cards. It's a pretty simple deck. It's very simple. I actually wanted something that was a little bit more in depth, but it's a good deck. Again, not listed below yet. Any final messages or insights for my Cancers? Any final messages or insights for Cancers? Whoa! I don't know if that was caught on camera. A moot with devastation. This feels like a tower energy to me. Which again, we talked about this in the beginning, right? Death is something to be celebrated, right? Death is just liberation of what was. I feel like devastation is a harsh word right there, but that's what I feel here. I feel a tower. I feel a change here. And I'm going to read these two because, again, this is a newer deck for me. It's liberation of old, and it should be celebrated, not feared. I feel like for some of you, this reading might be prepping you for a tower where maybe normally you would react negatively, or you would react scared, which is also very human. There's nothing wrong with that. Or react in a way where it's like, oh my God, no, my world, right? But maybe having this perspective is going to help you a lot with seeing it as just liberation of what was, right? It's like, and a lot of times too, I think anytime something leaves our life or a door closes, it's because there's actually something better, that there's actually something better that's trying to happen or something better that we can experience. I think even taking that on as an idea or a perspective or thought form, again, whatever word you want to use, might help you if you are going to experience a tower that might be a very big tower or a big change or a big death, right? That what is on the other side of that is potentially significantly better for you. And now you're liberated for that, to experience that. Can I get another, please, for my Cancers? Getting strong Sobek energy. Can I get another for my Cancers? Some of you might experience a tower where it involves people really not giving you a choice is also what I just came up here, almost like being pushed into a corner. So you guys might experience that with friends or family or coworkers, like, and you might have that light bulb, especially you might reflect back on this reading and be like, oh, Island Turtle did say that. Island Turtle mentioned something like this, where yeah, like you're being put, like some of you might be pushed into a corner by a group of people or a couple of people, and it's just a light bulb of like, oh, this is leaving now. This is over now. This is dead now. I'm liberated from this now. And to not take it personally. Whoa, 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 whoa. So we got two. Let's see. Seth. God of War. Seth. And then Amun-Ra. Oh, wow. With creation. The sun god coming in there. Yeah, it's crazy that message came through. So whatever change or tower is happening, it has that energy of Set behind it. It almost has this like, I don't want to say like negativity to, I want to say maybe like there's toxic words being exchanged, because I feel like just grossness like coming out of the mouth. And when you're pushed into the corner, so to speak, again, for those where that applies, it's like you're going to see it for what it is. It's like you're going to see, oh, this is actually not good for me, or these people are not good for me. Like you might actually interpret someone like almost like trying to like chip away at you, like chip away at your light by using their words or their own toxicity. Some guys might actually see it that way, feel it that way. But then you immediately move into this energy, the sun god energy, right? Which is being in the light. It's also this energy of newness as well, and also protection, where it's like, oh, I am being liberated. I am being liberated to better things, and that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and read these. Where'd the book go? Book. Oh, there you are. Okay. Also, I have to say, whoever made this deck, I appreciate that they also have multiple languages for the descriptions in here. I mean, I don't speak multiple languages, but for anybody who is curious, if you do speak another language that's, you know, not English, right, or whatever, there's multiple languages in here. All right. God of Hell in the Afterlife. Hybrid figure of a lion, crocodile, and hippopotamus, which devours the souls and hearts of those who made mistakes in life. Oh, that feels like karma, doesn't it? Excessive pride, presumption, greed, eagerness for conquest. Amut represents the consequences of past mistakes. You may have to face a drastic change with the elimination of the lifestyle you were used to, or a crisis with your partner, or a painful breakup with the consequent collapse of your defenses. But everything can be resolved if you reflect as soon as possible on the solutions to bring about a positive change. You can give rise to a totally new recovery. Change your perspective, literally it says that, change your perspective and take up new positions. So see conflict, see towers, see changes in a new light. See it as opportunity, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Don't look at it as this bad thing that's happening. Do what you want. Just saying. It might be beneficial to not look at it as these bad things that are happening, or these bad things that are happening to me, or these awful words coming out of these people's mouths. Just look at it as an opportunity of self, of change, of growth, lessons learned, that sort of deal, right? And then we have Set, who is the god of war. He's kind of crazy. He be a little crazy. Seth is the one who, out of jealousy, dismembered his brother Osiris into 14 parts, scattering them into the Nile to prevent their resurrection. He is identified as an evil deity and a bringer of chaos, desert, storms, and disorder. He is depicted with a human body and the head of an enigmatic animal with a long, curved body and the head of an... Okay, hold on. I botched that sentence. Let me restart that sentence. He is depicted with a human body and the head of an enigmatic animal with a long curved snout that resembles that of an okapi. His name derives from place established by God. Set puts you on your guard. You may experience unexpected accidents, moments of restlessness or resentment, conflicts or instability in emotion, in emotional or commercial relationships. Moderate any attacks of uncontrolled anger. Remember, never resort to revenge in your life. Hold on. Ooh. There is an energy here of like divine masculinity. Oh, hold on a second, that made me choke. Oh. 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 Excuse me. That's what I'm getting with this set energy, that you can be susceptible to set, you can be susceptible to that distorted energy and allow your emotions to take over, jealousy, anger, frustration, all that stuff. Or you can fall into this higher mind, you can fall into the mastery of self, right? And just see it for what it is. And just not allow it to affect you, not allow yourself to partake in that. You don't have to partake in that. How do I want to say this? It's almost like there's a feeling of regality coming through here. And this actually was a little bit like Leo energy. There's, yeah, this energy of regality, maturity. How do I want to say this? There's a word. I know there's like a perfect word and it's just like escaping me right now. Like showing up in this way, kind of like an Emperor energy and King of Wands energy and King of Pentacles energy. And if you don't know what I mean by that, it's like this more divine, higher, evolved, masculine energy when confronted with this, and just meet it with that, right? Meet it with compassion. Doesn't mean you got to meet it as a doormat and just let people be crazy, right? It's not about that. You can be firm and clear and direct and compassionate, right? Without being a doormat, without compromising yourself, compromising your boundaries, or attacking another person, right? Because a lot of times when people are in this energy, when people come at you like this, it's because they're hurt. That's why. It's because they're hurt, right? Hurt people. People act out of jealousy, out of anger, out of frustration, and all that stuff when they feel really hurt by you or hurt by a situation, or it's triggering because they, they've got some unhealed stuff going on, right? That's why people act in this energy. And it is something to be compassionate towards. Like, it is something to be compassionate towards, right? And to not take that personally. And Amun-Ra kind of has that regality to, that regal energy, that royal energy, that higher minded energy, higher evolved energy. But let's go ahead and read that one. He is the most powerful cosmic deity, and he is the king of all gods in the Egyptian pantheon. He was born from the fusion of the god Ra and of Heliopolis with the, with the main, oh my god, I can't use these words. Sorry, give me a second. With the main deity Amun-Ra is the creator of all things, symbol of intelligence and creativity. He is like fire, rapid and often unexpected. I'm getting a sword all of a sudden, which is not in Egyptian pantheons, but I'm getting a sword. We'll come back to that in a second. If this card appears to you, you have all the skills to obtain what you want. Intellectual and practical skills for achieving your objectives. He indicates a flourishing period, skills in public relations, ideas and intentions, which take concrete form. Perhaps even a sudden falling in love, a new beginning, or a love story that takes shape. I was getting a sword as I was reading this, especially in relation to this, right? It's like there's something about this energy that's just shining so much maturity and truth in the face of this. And that's kind of what I was getting at before, right? It's like when you meet an energy like this, and you're in your divinity, you're in your compassion for the fact that this person's acting out because they're really hurting. They're really hurting over something, which is why they're so angry, or why they're being so nasty, or why they're being so jealous or vicious, or whatever it is, or why they want to take you down or take other people down. Because this energy wants to dismantle. This energy wants to destroy because they're hurting, right? So you can sit in this energy and see that for what it is, and know how to navigate around that while also having compassion for this person, right? But the sword, they keep showing me the sword, to me is like a mirror. It's a reflection. That's what a sword is, but it's also a blade to cut away, right? To cut yourself out of situations, maybe even cut through the bullshit, right? So some of you guys might have a moment with people who are like this, or a person who's being like this with you, where you're going to cut through their bullshit and just shine truth, but to do it with compassion. It's a fine line to walk. It's not super easy because I feel like there are people who speak on doing this, but I feel like we don't have a lot of examples in the world like this in order to like know what that would even look like or what that feels like. You know, how do you woo-saw people like that, right? How do you like kung fu ninja people emotionally, right? To do that. But that's what that feels like to me. It's like taking a sword of truth, like the Ace of Swords, which is really just built upon your own maturity and your own integrity and your own divinity, right? And compassionately just cut through the illusions and the bullshit of what's going on with this person or between you and this person or these people, and just shine the truth, right? No matter how they deal with it. It's not about cutting them down. It's not about, tit for tat. It's not about doing anything out of spite. It's just cutting through illusions, right? Actually, okay. So, okay, this is a good example. A friend of mine turned me on to a show called Ted Lasso. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know about it. I didn't know about it until she told me. That's a perfect example. Like, the way that character is, Ted Lasso, is that. That's exactly what he is. Like, when people, like, freak out on him, act all crazy and angry and shit, like, he just lets them do their spiel and, like, get shit out, and then he doesn't get angry, right? He doesn't get mad. Well, even if he is mad, right, he's not gonna, like, lash out. He's not gonna, like, come down to that level. He's just gonna have a conversation and cut through the bullshit, right? Because when people are like this, they expect you to be like that with them. They expect you to be defensive. They expect you to lash out. They expect you to yell. And if you don't, sometimes it's disarming, right? I don't know if any of you have experienced that. I definitely experienced that. Like when someone's like freaking out on me and I let them freak out, but I don't yell. I don't accuse them. I just just sit there and just ask questions and allow them to be heard, because sometimes it's also part of it too. Like sometimes they're just hurting because they feel like people don't understand, or they're not being heard, or they're not being considered, or whatever, because sometimes that's just what people need. It's very disarming, and it can really throw someone off if they're expecting you to be like that, to fight with them, right? And then if you don't fight with them, sometimes they feel dumb, like, which kind of is not anything to be proud of, right? But sometimes they do. Sometimes they feel ashamed and they feel kind of stupid, like, wait a minute, you're not fighting with me. Why are you not fighting with me? And then they feel like the bad guy, right? Anyway, going way too much into detail about that. So, interesting final messages. I do have to go though, unfortunately. I got something going on in like 15 minutes. But thank you guys for coming out. Again, I know it's been a while since I did a video. I was handling stuff. I had some unfinished business I had to deal with out of town. And it was good. It was very, very good. So for my patrons who are watching, I'll be doing a weekly later today, which should post by tonight on Patreon. And then they'll post Monday on YouTube, and I will try to get to sign readings as well. Just depends on my energy and what I got going on. But I love you guys. Excuse me. Thank you again for everybody who came out. And for anybody who did the timestamps, I really, really appreciate it. And if you didn't, that's totally fine too. They'll be done at some point in time by someone. But I'm going to go. Don't forget to check out the website and social media and all that stuff. Just a little other thing. I'm not taking personals right now, and I didn't make that clear on the site yet. If you try to book with me, you won't be able to book with me. But yeah, when I'm ready, I'll let you guys know. Okay? All right, guys. I'm gonna go. Happy solar return again, and I will see you guys later. Take care.